boys and girls. Before we start our lesson today, we are going to do a video lesson on the 10 Commandments and Moses going up to Mount Sinai to get those 10 Commandments. But I want to show you where we have a lesson already posted for you on our Facebook page. So I've pulled up my Facebook page. So if you'll talk to mom or dad and get them to go to their Facebook page, you can go to the search bar where it says search Facebook and you just type in Rave and Children's Ministry. You see mine's already come up, but you type in Rave Children's Ministry, click that, and you're there, okay? So each week I will post, or have been posting and will continue to post lessons, Bible lessons, that you can hopefully enjoy and keep you connected and just remembering all these great Bible truths that are going to help us through the years. I don't want there to be pandemic holes. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I'm not coming to Bible class. Oh, I'm just not going to know it. Yes, you are. You can even study more when you're not in Bible class. I'm finding out because I am truly using my time in ways that I never thought I could before. So Bible lessons are right here. Every week I will put on here the week that we're studying, and this is it's supposed to be the winter quarter. So we started out with a baby in a basket. We did Moses in the burning bush, the plagues with Pharaoh saying no and changing it to a yes, the Red Sea, and the Israelites quail from eating the quail and manna. And this was last week's. So this is where I'm going to post this week's here. Okay, so make sure that you're looking at these videos or presentations. Sorry, they're not videos, but I do want to show you what they'll do. You can actually go to it and the arrow will lead you and then put it in present mode. I think I can stand to hear myself. When you put it in present mode, I will talk you through the whole lesson. So you could put your headsets on and you could sit there and do the whole lesson and you don't really even have to have anybody telling you what to do next because
our Bible study and the
you.
leaders to follow, week 4, the Red Sea, the Israelites are free, water from a rock, and we're also going to be looking a little bit about how they ate the quail and the manna.
So this was last week. I'm going to go to the next slide.
Following God and His plan.
So each time you click to a
Watch
new
and
slide, I'll kind of tell you what to do.
Israelites out of Egypt.
So
Watch the video.
I'm not totally going to leave you hanging to where you have to do a whole bunch of slides, but I'll guide you through them. So look for that tonight when I get home. I'm going to post our new one for you on Mount Sinai and Moses getting the 10 Commandments. But for now, I want you to look and we're going to talk about the lesson. You know, God called Moses to Mount Sinai. They were out in the wilderness, and I'm going to make the mountain. Here's the mountain, Mount Sinai, and you all know I will always pick a. That's not red, that's purple. Okay, our markers are not quite right. This is Mount Sinai, and we know that this is God spoke to Moses and he was up on this mountain. And when I think of Mount Sinai, I always think about the cloud because the one time that God called Moses up, and as I'm studying, I'm finding out, I used to think he just called him up there one time. Well, God called Moses up on the mountain several different times. And one time he did, he put the big cloud over the mountain. Now down below, we know that these are where all of the Israelites were waiting because they didn't just go off and leave Moses when Moses was called up on the mountain. Because you remember, what did they follow during the day? The cloud during the day, and at night they followed the fire. So wherever that cloud of fire or the regular cloud was, that's where the Israelites stayed because they knew God would keep them safe. So Moses went up to the mountain. God told him about how he wanted his people to obey him and he would keep them safe. And he told them the things that they needed to do. Moses comes down to the mountain, and if you will remember, the first time he came down, he talked to 70 elders. 70 elders that were helping him kind of take care of the people and make sure that the people, well, just like our elders take care of us. The elders are the ones that you go to. And Moses is, I don't know how many of you remember, but his father-in-law first came to see him, and he heard what Moses was doing and how he was leading the people. And there would be lines, long lines of people waiting with problems, and Moses would be trying to help them solve the problem. And Jethro was the one that said, Moses, you got to have some help. And so it's all in God's plan, but that kind of makes me think of how we need help today. One person can't take care of our church, and even when we're all at home, our elders take care of us, even when we're separated out into our homes. So God sent Moses down. Moses told the elders about the commandments that God had made, and they said, absolutely, we will do anything God tells us to do. We will follow you. So Moses goes back up and tells God. God is happy about that, but he says, I want to come down to the people and tell them myself. He said, go down and get the people ready. So for 3 days, the people were all getting ready for God to come down. They washed their clothes. They had lots of regiments that they went through that they were truly nervous. And boy, I would be too if God was coming down to talk to me. I would be excited, but I would be very nervous. So for 3 days they prepared and they got ready. And when God came down, he didn't just come down meekly. He came down with, the Bible tells us that there was lightning. Oh my goodness, my markers are not so great. There was lightning, and I'll make some lightning here with this one. Maybe you can see this. Lightning, and there was thunder. And when God gave and told about the 10 Commandments, the people, it frightened them. And of course it would, but God wants us he wanted the people to respect him and to know his power and to know he would care for them and take care of them. But he also wanted them to know that he was their protector. And so there was a little confusion because the people were just scared. They just said, Moses, you go to the mountain, and we're afraid. God scares us. And so God, of course, Moses went and he told God about the fear that the people had. Well, Moses Moses got to go up again to the mountain. The Bible tells us there were several times that God called Moses back up to the mountain and the Israelites waited. One time in particular, he went up and stayed for 40 days and 40 nights. And that's when he took with him his aide, Joshua. We all know that Joshua is going to take over for Moses. He's going to be the next leader. Well, Joshua went up with them. Aaron stayed down. He stayed down with the people. And this is when they came down from the mountain, they came down once more with the 10 Commandments, the stones, and Moses saw what the people had been doing when he was up there talking to God. And Moses became so angry. Remember what he did to the tablets? He threw them down and he broke them into pieces, because what they had done is they had taken their jewelry and all of their gold, and they had made this huge idol. It was a golden calf. And the golden calf they had been worshiping it instead of God. And so this is when they became angry, and Moses knew. This was a tradition, and just so that you all will understand, it is a horrible thing what they did, but the Israelites now had been with the Egyptians for over 400 years. And so they've watched the Egyptians do this. And Moses had been gone from them for 40 days and 40 nights. We would hope that Aaron, his brother, would be able to keep the leadership going, but he wasn't. And so Aaron was a part of this. So not only was Moses aggravated at the people, but he expected more of his brother Aaron while he was gone. So we find out that about the people. Now God continues to love the Israelites and lead them. We know how they follow him. They follow him by day with the cloud, by night with the fire. And because of what happened because of the golden calf, God sent a plague. They had a consequence when they were worshiping this golden calf. God sent a plague and the Israelites became ill for quite some time. And then after that, they were able to regain themselves and they continued to wander through the wilderness until it was time to go to the promised land. So we know that this was a hard time. It was a hard time, but God has shown us time and time again that he's there for the Israelites just as he's here for us. We're kind of going through a hard time right now. This empty church building breaks my heart when I come in here. I just want to see you. And so it's a hard time for us right now. But what we've got to remember is to keep God before everything we do. If we have a problem, what did Moses do? He went to God. When we have a problem, we've got to continue to go to God, just like Moses did. Okay, next week we're going to talk more about the Israelites and how God he put himself there with the Israelites through the tabernacle. So next week is the tabernacle. Continue to study. Don't forget to go to your Facebook page and look for these lessons, okay? See you soon.